We should totally start like training. That way we could be like UFC camps and stuff. Hey guys, coming to you pre-tape from the Best Coast Show studios. This is the Best Coast Show. I am your host, Albert Aguilera. That is my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, what's on the agenda today?
Albert, today we're going to talk UFC Japan. We've got Barnett in the heavyweight class fighting Big Country Nelson. We're going to talk about Japanese MMA and how popular that is and how Japanese fans, how they act. We're going to talk about Nick Diaz. That suspension just came down. And we're going to also talk about how Ronda Rousey felt about that.
We always have to be on the Ronda Rousey beat because she's like...
She's important.
Is she?
I think so. As a casual fan, I think Ronda Rousey is the most important.
I think so. Ronda's friends with Nick. If you guys haven't heard, Nick Diaz got suspended for 5 years. 5 years for marijuana use. He is a repeat offender. What's got the internet going crazy is that it's over marijuana. And the same night that he fought Anderson Silva tested positive for PEDs. Anderson Silva got a fine of about $300,000, but he got a 1-year suspension.
Yeah.
Nick got 5 years and $160-some thousand. I believe it was $165,000.
Yeah.
But that's who cares? 5 years.
And he's 32.
Yeah, for someone who's 32, a 5-year suspension is essentially ending your career. Now, it is Nick Diaz. Nick fights like once every 3 years. Okay. Nick fights, loses a decision, and then complains about losing a decision, and then says, I'm going to retire, and then comes back later.
Yeah.
Now, you guys know it. Curtis knows it. Everyone knows it. I'm not a Diaz brothers fan. I'm not a Nick Diaz fan. I'm not a Nate Diaz fan. I'm not a fan of the Diaz-isness.
Yeah. But this seems excessive.
It seems excessive. And here's my thing. I don't like the Diaz brothers because I expect you to fight when you're slated to fight. I'm going to pay for a fight. I want you to fight. I don't want you dropping guard and taunting the entire time and then whining about losing a decision because guess what? You decided not to fight in a fight. But this is excessive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care that Nick Diaz has a medical marijuana card because he fought in the state of Nevada.
Yeah.
His card is in California.
Yeah.
I don't care that he does have a card to begin with because you and I live in LA.
Yeah.
We know that walking down the street in Venice, walking through the boardwalk,
Venice?
everyone is everyone literally goes, "Hey bro, do you need a medical marijuana card? I can get you one for $20." And these hack doctors give you a medical marijuana card on the boardwalk.
But see, the thing is with me is he's smoking pot.
It's not a PED. It has nothing to do with fighting.
So it's just his constant problems that he's had.
Why they even test for marijuana, I have no idea.
Because
they shouldn't be testing fighters for marijuana at all. That's really dumb. And it comes down to him being a repeat offender, him being disrespectful in the courtroom and telling these people, I'm going to keep doing it anyways. And even though it is a banned substance, it's also an illegal substance. I don't care that it's legal in some states. I don't care that he has a card for it. It's illegal at a federal level. It's illegal.
I know, but 5 years.
But 5 years is excessive. Yeah. What the commission's doing here is showing like this tyrant power trying to make an example of Nick Diaz, and it's not fair to Nick Diaz.
No, because Silva did steroids, which actually affects your fighting.
You have guys that are going out there, they're on roids, and you have a legitimately competitive advantage. Look at Vitor pre and post steroids.
Yeah.
Pre and post TRT, which is prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah.
And then Nick who's going out there and just smoking some pot. I don't think
that's affecting his.
The issue,
it might make him worse. Actually,
it might. And the issue being, just stop doing it. Don't. It's against the rules. Then don't do it. Don't get caught several times. This is the third time, and then tell me, well, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting a harsher sentence. I don't agree with the sentence. I don't agree that they should be testing fighters for marijuana because it makes no sense.
Is there another space that he can fight in and make money in? Is he done essentially? Is his career over?
If this doesn't get overturned, you can legitimately say, yeah, this is a career-ending move for him unless he decides to fight into his late 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, which he could because...
He could if he wants to.
Because we're going to talk about Barnett versus Big Country Nelson.
Yeah, these guys are 37 and 39.
They're fighting in Japan coming up, and is this a fight that the Japanese fans care about? Are they excited about this fight?
Anybody that fought in Pride and you take back to Japan, someone like Barnett, someone like Rampage, the Japanese fans are going to go all over it, especially with a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
All right, it's... Unfortunately, in my opinion, the heavyweight division sucks today. It has always sucked, and the reason why the heavyweight division has always sucked is because the heavyweight division has always been very shallow. going back to the Pride days, going back to M1 Global when they were doing K1 fighting, going back to when Strikeforce and Affliction were still in existence, you had the world's best heavyweights fighting on the planet, only they were fighting for different companies. They were under different banners, and it's not until 2015 that they're all under the same banner with the UFC that you have the world's greatest heavyweights, only they're all in their late 30s, well past their prime. And lately, you look at heavyweight fights. If you don't get a first-round knockout, you're going to get, in a 3-round fight, guys hugging for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
In a 5-round fight, guys hugging for 5 rounds, sucking air.
Barnett hasn't fought for 2 years.
He hasn't fought in 2 years. Yeah, he hasn't fought since losing to Travis Brown in 2013.
Yeah, so he's
The
out of shape.
country's been more active. I wouldn't say that he's out of shape. These guys stay in shape,
Yeah,
but they're not in athletic dominant shape.
Exactly.
They're not, I need to perform at the highest level shape. So you can argue that they're still pretty level with each other because they're 37 and 39 years old. But it's the heavyweight division. People are expecting fireworks. These guys finish most of their fights. So they're going to go out there. They're going to go out to bang. And
now, Nelson's lost back-to-back fights,
he has lost back-to-back fights. But this isn't a guy that goes out there and gets knocked out. For being a heavyweight in a division where anyone at any point does legitimately have a puncher's chance, he's got a very, very strong chin.
I'm not voting for anybody named Big Country because we're on the best coast here, and I just don't even understand that
too hick for
lifestyle.
you?
Yeah, it's way too hick.
Well,
what's the other guy?
Barnett's nickname's the War Master.
That's who I'm voting for.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
That sounds L.A.
Yeah, speaking of War Masterish, guys, this graphic we're putting up, it's a fan-made UFC Japan poster. It looks really badass.
That's awesome.
The artist signed it in the bottom corner. We can't really read it. If any of you guys know who or what made this, contact us. We want to know who made this. We want to put it up on the back wall. So let us know because this looks really badass.
Who or what made this? It's going to be a who.
Maybe it was
You
a
think
computer,
a computer
that made it. I don't
No.
know.
Okay. So let's talk about Japanese MMA fans. I mean, it's weird. They're different there than they are here.
Yes. And it's like, it makes me uncomfortable even like thinking about it because you look all over the world, MMA fans are crazy. In Vegas, in LA, in Ireland, in Sweden, in Brazil, they go crazy. Japanese fans, they go crazy at baseball games. They go crazy at soccer games, but not at sumo matches, not in MMA matches, not in boxing matches. They're very reserved. They're very quiet. The only sound you hear during a fight are the actual punches and thuds of the fighters while the corners are yelling at them.
Which is kind of cool.
It's kind of creepy.
So
Like,
it's
you watch
silent.
these fight, and it's silent, but the grunts that are coming out of the corners and the guys that are fighting. So it's kind of creepy. And then you got that blue tint in the background.
What time are these fights on in Japan?
UFC 7 p.m. Pacific time, so that's our local time. That's 11 a.m. in Japan. It's early.
Who wants to watch a fight at 11 a.m.? I
don't like getting up early to watch fights that are taking place like in Sweden.
Yeah.
So
if you're a fan and you're not getting lit at 11 a.m.
Right,
You're not
and
tailgating.
keep in mind, the main event, the main card starts at 11 a.m.
The other ones are earlier.
Yeah, the card itself is probably going to start at 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah. So maybe that's why they're mellow. They're half asleep.
Because they're half asleep.
I mean, they're asleep or they're just, they're tired. And it's not exciting at 11 a.m. It's exciting at 7 p.m. and you've had a couple beverages. And
they go crazy after the fight itself.
Oh.
But
so it's a respect thing.
It's more of a respect thing. During the fight itself, they're calm, cool, quiet.
Weird.
Yeah, I find it a little creepy, but
interesting. All right, what's our gift? What's our gift of the day?
Gift of the day, guys. Gift of the day. You might remember this. This is Anderson Silva versus Nick Diaz. It's Nick Diaz lying down and telling Anderson Silva to paint me like one of your French girls.
It's awesome.
It is. All right, guys, but don't forget, free Nick Diaz. Use that as your hashtag. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. That's been our show. That's Curtis Stage. You have a good night.